The year was 1860, and America stood on the brink of its greatest crisis. The upcoming presidential election would determine whether the Union could survive. Four major parties would compete for the presidency in the most consequential election in American history. But first, the failures of the current president had set the stage for this political chaos. James Buchanan's chaotic and bad presidency had destroyed his party and polarized the country. His inability to address the slavery crisis had left the Democratic Party in ruins, and the nation more divided than ever. The slip of the Democrats between the Dems and the South Dems would prove catastrophic for the party. Stephen Douglas was the candidate from the Democrats, representing the northern wing of the fractured party. Douglas advocated for popular sovereignty, allowing territories to decide the slavery question for themselves. Breckinridge from the Southern Democrats represented the pro-slavery faction that had broken away. This split guaranteed that Democratic votes would be divided between two candidates. What had once been the dominant political party in America was now fighting a civil war within itself. The Democrats' internal conflict would hand their opponents a tremendous advantage. Years of compromise and appeasement had finally caught up with the party of Andrew Jackson. The Republicans nominate a moderate candidate, Abraham Lincoln, the rising star. Lincoln had gained national attention through his debates with Stephen Douglas 2 years earlier. Though relatively unknown compared to other Republican contenders, Lincoln's moderate stance appealed to voters. His opposition to slavery's expansion, without calling for immediate abolition, positioned him perfectly. The Republican Party had been founded just 6 years earlier on an anti-slavery platform. Now they had their best chance yet to capture the presidency. Lincoln's humble origins and powerful oratory made him the ideal candidate for a nation seeking new leadership. A fourth party emerged now with the Know-Nothings and Whigs out. This new party was the Constitutional Union Party. A remnant from the Nothings and Whigs who didn't want to join either party, John C. Bell, an ex-Whig, was his candidate. The Constitutional Union Party sought to avoid the slavery issue entirely, focusing on preserving the Union. Bell's support was concentrated in the border states, where voters feared both secession and abolition. Their platform was simple: the Constitution, the Union, and the enforcement of the laws. But their refusal to take a clear stance on slavery limited their appeal. A fifth party existed. It was the radical abolitionist, but they got less than 1%. These radical voices called for immediate emancipation, but found little support among voters. With 5 parties competing, the election of 1860 would be unlike any other in American history. In the end, Lincoln won by a few votes. He got less than 40% of the popular vote. Despite receiving only 39.8% of the popular vote, Lincoln secured victory. The Electoral College system gave Lincoln 180 electoral votes, well above the required majority. Stephen Douglas came in second in popular votes, but won only Missouri and part of New Jersey. Breckinridge carried most of the South, but it wasn't enough to prevent Lincoln's victory. John Bell managed to win 3 border states, Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Lincoln's victory was achieved without winning a single Southern state. The election results revealed a nation completely divided along sectional lines. The fractured Democratic Party had handed the presidency to the Republicans. Lincoln's election would trigger the secession crisis that Buchanan's failures had made inevitable. The rising star from Illinois now faced the greatest challenge in American history. The election of 1860 had chosen a president, but it had also chosen war.